people putting into their family plans, and how are they using them?
Well, they each individual do their family plan, and then they come together. So they put the goals down, whether it's going to be business goals, uh, family goals, what kind of things do you see yourself doing, wanting to do in the future, what kind of dream big, what are some, just the two of you, this is huge. It's just being able to dream big. What is your future? What is something you want to do as a get together as a family or a couple, and with the business, so that you can be on the same page. And it's interesting when you start dreaming together how your visions kind of come together, and you're like, oh yeah, that would be fun. What about this? What about that? And then, I don't know, there's just something more fun about doing it together as opposed to being isolated and doing it by yourself. And so then you both also buy in on the dream because it's something you did together as well.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's for really giving them permission to dream and then have a conversation and then put it down on paper. I think it's so important to put it down on paper because it's something you can reference. You know, put on your refrigerator, on the wall in your office or in a bedroom or something like that. It helps you focus on what you're trying to achieve and why you're working, why you're doing this business. And it incorporates the business, but it's not just the business because we have a separate business plan, but the business is part of your life. So how does that look? What does your best life look like, including the business? You know, part of just what we put down is, you know, what does our best life look like, especially how it incorporates our business. And one part that is in the vision section of our business is to be able to travel with our business.
Right.
And then have fun as we travel. I mean, if you're gonna go work, especially when you're going to a new location. I mean, next week we go to Ecuador and Colombia for 2 weeks.
Very cool.
And so, you know, that's one of those things. And you know, all these things start happening when you put it down. It's like, this is what we want to do. So like when the opportunity came to teach entrepreneurship in a university in Ecuador, I told him, I said, if I'm going to be gone a week, you got to pay for my wife. So that was part of negotiation. So it was one of those things that gets front and center. So these opportunities can come, but they could have totally missed it if we weren't conscious about putting down, we want to be intent. If we get the opportunity to travel for business, that we wanted to do it together so we can also have fun while we're there. So we extend our trip for a couple of days, and then we have friends in Colombia. So we're going to stop over in Colombia, which is a layover for the airlines anyway.
Oh, cool.
And so, you know, it's doing life. And so we don't get caught up in just having to do business. So even though I'm like, a lot of people travel for business, but they're miserable at it.
Yeah.
Because it's just business.
It's
right?
a detriment to the family. It's
exactly.
Right.
Exactly. So how can we do it well? So, you know, we're fortunate that we get to work together too. And not every couple has that exact unique situation. But it's one of those things that, how do you be intentional about, you know, working well and doing business well, where it doesn't negatively impact the family, but it actually can enhance the life of the family. So, and
that's the design part of the Power Couples by Design, is you design for each couple and family what that looks like. And so that was something that we wanted to do and was important to us. And it helps us too, by having the plan, stay focused, because we both know what the plan is, because I can get distracted with shiny, you know, and it could all be good stuff too, things that I love, but it's, you know, and then you turn your head and you're like, oh my gosh, how did we get so far off plan for our business that, you know, we wanted to go this direction and I'm clear over, you know, going the opposite way. So it helps us stay on track and have the vision and moving forward and with the business.
Yeah. So as you said, Kay Lee said, it's, you know, it's your design, but it's also God's design. So it's kind of twofold. The design part is twofold. It's God's design and your design. And your design is really just an expression of what God wants for your marriage. Because he's put in your heart a certain vision. You know, you got married for a reason. There's something that you had going on. You may not have been able to articulate it, and it wasn't in paper and anything. But this is a chance.
It was completely
what's that?
Tax planning.
Yeah. So this is your chance to put this kind of stuff down on paper. What is God's plan and design for your marriage and for your family? Let's put it down. Because otherwise, fast forward 20 years, 30 years, and all you've been doing is working. And spouse is home taking care of kids, or have their own career, or have their own business, and you're just working. You have some vacations or whatever, but it's not quite connected and not quite in synergy the way God had intended for your marriage, for your family. And so this is an opportunity for you to, let's talk about this and put it down on paper.